This program is rated PG. The following program deals with mature subject matter and contains scenes with sexuality. Viewer discretion is advised.
Who does something like this? Just up and condemns a building? I mean, where else am I gonna find another place like this cheap to live? Yo, Terrence, tell me this ain't for real, man. I mean, what the hell happened?
Don't yell at me, I'm just the manager.
All right, where am I supposed to move to?
Look, everybody's in the same boat. They're all scrambling to find an apartment.
So the city just decided to tear this place down, no warning, no nothing.
Somebody called the building commission and complained the building was unsafe. Next day, an inspector's here and he's tossing everybody out.
Who the hell would call a city to complain?
How the hell should I know?
I'm gonna ask him to come live with us again.
It's not a good idea, Simone.
It is a great idea. Chad will be at my house all the time. And I owe you Big K.
For what? I didn't have this place condemned.
Your helping me get Chad has finally paid off. And I'm gonna work extra hard to help you get Miguel.
You'd better.
And I'm gonna ask him right now. Then we'll see what happens when he lives under the roof with the woman he loves. That would be me.
Simone, it won't work. You can't.
Why not?
Yo, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, my life would be much simpler if I loved Simone, but I don't.
Honey, I don't believe that. What you said doesn't make sense.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Well, I don't believe that Chad is a hit-and-run type of guy who doesn't want to work. I mean, he works for me all the time at the school. I ask him to do something, he does it. He just jumps right in.
I agree with your father. I mean, look what Chad's done at the book cafe. He's completely turned that place around.
Yes, that place is a cash cow now. I mean, it wasn't soon. They were going to shut that place down.
And Chad's responsible for that, honey. I mean, for a kid from the streets, he's got an extremely strong work ethic. He's always taking responsibility.
Kid is outgoing. He's friendly. He's willing to meet new people and help kids.
Have you heard the rumor about Tiffany Thomas?
She's the girl that hangs out at the book cafe sometimes. I barely know her.
Apparently she's pregnant.
Wow. I mean, she's really young. Does she have a boyfriend or anything?
No, she doesn't have one. The boy got her pregnant isn't even talking to her now. He's acting like he barely knows her.
Oh, poor thing. Well, I wonder who the guy is that turned his back on her. Anybody that we know?
That's the worst part. They're saying it's Chad.
You know, maybe Chad isn't as responsible as you guys think he is. Maybe he has an ulterior motive for finding kids to help, okay?
An ulterior motive? What do you mean, Whitney?
Hank Bennett.
I'm glad I finally reached you.
Who's this?
The man who ordered Les to kill Sheridan Crane.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Well, you're wrong, my friend. Very wrong. You work for me now. And my order stands. Sheridan dies.
Well, I'm waiting, Sheridan. What did I say that made you run off to Paris? What could I possibly said that was so terrible? For you to not only leave Harmony, but the whole country, you know, it must have been something. You won't even talk about it. Come on, Sheridan. We've been through so much together. What could I have said to affect you like this?
Well, Ethan, what is it that you want to talk to me about?
It's so hard for Ethan to tell Gwen. I wish I could help him, Mama.
You should be more worried about yourself, Teresita. When Ethan tells Gwen he loves you and that the wedding is off,
She'll go crazy.
not only Gwen, but Mr. and Mrs. Crane, too. They will tear you apart. I don't mean to eavesdrop, but
If you're going to tell Gwen something about the wedding, well, perhaps we should all know.
Or if it has to do with the party tonight.
God help us all when he tells Gwen he loves you.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. Take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
So, you don't think Chad living in my house would heat things up?
What was it you were about to say?
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
But you want me to be with Chad?
Yes, of course I do, but Chad living in the same house as your family again.
What's wrong with that?
What if Chad can't control himself? What if he goes too fast and is all over you?
Gee, that would be a real shame.
I'm serious.
Come on, Kay, it's not like I'm gonna sleep with Chad. I just want a little romance.
This damn idiot called the city to complain. Now where am I gonna live?
My house. Why don't you come back and live with us? I'm sure my parents would say yes.
Thanks, Simone, but no. I need my own place.
But
look, listen, I don't want to come off ungrateful or anything, all right? It just wouldn't work.
Why not? You can come and go as you please.
Thanks, Simone, but no.
All right. How about this? You do have to find a new place to live, right?
Yeah, fast.
So why don't you come back to my house right now, and I can help you call up new apartments from there.
I don't know.
And we can look through the real estate section together. And my dad knows everyone in Harmony, so maybe he knows someone who's willing to rent a room.
Okay, let's go.
But you still don't want to live in the Russell house, right?
You know, I don't see why anything I may or may not have to say to you should even matter. I'm not your type.
Say what?
You know what? You're wasting your time. Why don't you just go back to your old life? It's obviously where you are most comfortable.
Whatever you say, Whitney. Fine. You want me gone? I'll be out here first thing tomorrow. No. I definitely don't want to do that.
Stroke of genius, Kay. Lying to Whitney, telling her Chad abandoned a girl he got pregnant. But I still have to make sure Whitney and Chad are kept apart.
Who the hell would call the city to complain?
Why do you think that Chad isn't a responsible young man, Whitney? And is there something that your father and I don't know?
Well, I'm just saying, maybe you don't know Chad as well as you think you do.
Well, honey, I think I do. I mean, the kid is 100% into his music. He's not going to quit until he's a success. And I put my money on that.
He is at a disadvantage, though.
How, sweetheart?
Well, he's lacking any education. He doesn't have a college degree. It's possible he doesn't even have a high school diploma.
Yeah. And that's a big strike against him. And another, he doesn't even know who his parents are. Whoever they are. I mean, how could you give your own kid away?
I know, I mean, Teresa and I will be walking through the mall or something and looking at all the faces of the people, thinking that any one of them could be Chad's mother or father. I mean, anyone in Harmony.
Chad is not my son.
Well, I'm sure it's inconvenient to consider the facts. But yes, I think he is.
No, he isn't.
And how can you be so sure?
You want to know how come I know that Chad Harris isn't my son, Ivy? Because my baby died. Because my son is dead. But your father's right. I don't know who or wherever Chad